Alright, so today we're going to be doing a little story time while we're also looking for other story time. So there's this customer who I had where they informed us that their home was going to be empty. They're moving out. They're looking for a home to be cleaned. So we give them a price based on the size of the home, which is like they tell us number of bedrooms, bathrooms, kitchen, living room, etc. They tell us that the home will be empty and they need it by this time, but they can't send pictures because they're so preoccupied to taking everything out and that they're going to have it ready at the end. And so they don't send pictures. They insist on a price. So we end up having to go out there to start the home on the day of the cleaning. She already paid her deposit. Everything's going well. Well, the girls get there. This is one of the failed situations that also could have been prevented was by the employees. So they did not advise the condition that the home was in. They sent me a picture of the home before they started, maybe 10 minutes in. And but the condition that they were showing in the pictures was just like a couple of sections with some clothing on the floor. And you're like, okay, it doesn't look that bad. That can be easily picked up, put into the bag, and there's no problem, right? Maybe an hour to 2 hours pass by. And it turns out that the condition of the home was way worse than that. She sends me another picture and shows me another area of the home. The whole bedroom had trash, clothing, leftover items, some other sections in the living room, in the hallways, in the kitchen. There was stuff inside. And so you're just like, okay, 2 hours have passed. We can't change the price because the employees are supposed to inform you if the condition is bad. They showed you pictures, but they did not show you the full picture. So now you can't change the price. So now we're stuck finishing a home that is in worse condition, not based on the condition of the home, but the mess. When the home is completely empty, they don't need to focus on anything but vacuuming, sweeping, mopping, the boards, the spots on the walls, the doors. Those are the specific tasks that you're supposed to continuously be checking on throughout the home. And so the home itself is already a job. But now on top of that, we have to pick up all of these items, put it into trash that we did not bring. We brought bags for rags, but we didn't bring bags to be able to throw out trash or to separate or to organize or if the customer is going to keep them or not. All of these questions come into play. So I told the girls to have the items be set in the living room on the side. That they just put it on the side and they do the rest. And they were able to finish it, but they were on running speed. They were going up and down, going crazy. So what this could cause is that the actual cleaning will not be done because they're so focused on making sure the home is finished. So when you're so focused on making the home is finished because of all of this trash, and then on top of that, the work that you're supposed to do, and in very limited time, you get stressed. So as a company and as the employees, we were both in a situation of stress, pushing the employees to make sure to finish the job within the 4 hours, let's just say. And then on top of that, knowing the fact that those 4 hours were meant for just the home, not the actual pickup of the home. So the girls did an amazing job, even though there's a possibility that they must have missed some things. After they finish, we asked the customer to come check. Now, we were planning on if the customer, which is the owner of the home, said, how about all of this trash? Where are you guys going to take it? We were going to express to them that unfortunately that's not our job. We don't take the trash. You'd have to take it with you, or you'd have to ask the customer who paid for this service to organize the trash removal. But they didn't. They looked at the home. Everything looks good. They didn't have any complaints. And if they did let the employees know, hey, they missed this spot. Okay, they cleaned it. So everything went well. But it was a really huge disaster. Such a huge, stressful moment. House cleaning is stressful. From scheduling the customer to requesting the deposit to making sure they pay at the beginning of the service, and then having the girls be checking on if the condition is good. Then during the service, ask the girls to make sure to ask the customer to check their areas, and then at the end of the service, make sure the customer is happy, they're able to be there. And then on top of that, when they leave, make sure that the customer puts a review. So there comes a lot of effort behind doors in regards to the company themselves, and it's not just the employees doing the work. Sometimes I've realized that when I've gone to do house cleaning before, it's been a long time now, but when I did, a customer would say, why don't you just start your own business? And I was like, that's awful, but then I understand where they're coming from. The business owner of that company has put a lot of effort in managing, creating, and making the business run. And I've realized till right now is that it's so hard to start a business, so hard for the customers to see you, to recognize you, to be able to decide on you, specifically choose you over any other company. And so you have to make history record of yourself in front of them, have to put hours in to figure out what they want, what they need, right? And then on top of that, you have to make sure that your employees understand rules, regulations, checkups, everything that involves with the business. And so you're having your mind so much pressure, so much thinking about what needs to be done, what's next, and all while your customer that you paid money online for telling your girls that, or your guys that, hey, why don't you just do your service outside? I'll pay you for less. And so it kind of distinguished to a situation that you're like, I really don't like that there is no protection to businesses when they have put so much effort. I understand that they put these regulations for really large businesses, but these small businesses never get anywhere because it's all about competition. The employee's always trying to be the boss. But then when they do become the boss, they can't manage to find customers. They can't manage to put ads. They can't manage their own system because it's not just about the house cleaning. It's about everything. It's a working team. So the business owner can't be without employees, even though she can do house cleaning and manage her business by herself and be a solo cleaner, but she wants to grow. So she has to do both. She needs them to grow. And on top of that, these girls decide to, it's easy to just find customers. It's not easy. And so then when they realize it's not easy, what they like to do is they take customers that they already currently know from another business that they worked for, because they know that that customer is looking for services, or they weren't, but they currently could be if they give them a discount, and knowing the fact that they have already gone there. The only difference is that when this customer decides on this independent cleaner, it doesn't come with all the safety. You know, they think, this cleaner is what they give me and this is what I get. If I choose her for $20 less, everything's fine. No, because the moment you leave that company, you go to the independent cleaner and she destroys your home for one moment or another, or she doesn't follow the rules that the company was actually implying to her, because now she's solo, she doesn't really take that into consideration. She ends up damaging something in your home. The only one liable will be you, because that independent cleaner doesn't have an insurance, doesn't have the money to pay for it. So whoever you end up suing, they won't be able to pay it off instantly. And if they do, it's going to be in payoffs. So that's where it kind of comes into play. Are you going to really put yourself in a compromised situation, or just to continue paying those $20 to make sure everything looks good and everything is fine? If any mistakes were made by them, the company responds for them. You know, it's just the logic of that. But people won't learn until it happens to them. But yeah, that's basically my story time today. If you guys have had story times about people taking your jobs as the business owner, make sure you comment below. I love to read them.